Hello, hello. This is MrChabry. We are here. This is a good team. I don't like the Dracovish. Other than that, this is a solid team that I'm actually nervous about. I've got to keep Rillaboom healthy. The only thing Rillaboom is here for is the Dracovish. So let's keep that in mind going forward. We've got one ground type. We've got one ground type, so... But I still think this thing would actually do good. I think Zapdos is probably going to be the nicest lead for us. Actually, I think Swampert is going to be a nice lead because I'm going to set up rocks immediately. I think that's the best play. I think that's what we need to do. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to try to get rocks up because rocks actually is going to probably be helpful. It'll chip away damage, especially on that Dracovish if it comes in. I want as much damage as possible as it switches in. Because I do not want to get swept by that thing. And Rillaboom's job is to handle that Dracovish. Because without Rillaboom, Dracovish has an easy victory. Goliath. Throw rocks at this thing real quick. Throw rocks at this thing. I don't know exactly what Room Smell often does. It's going to try to set up Reflect. Okay. Which... yeah, I don't like that at all. I'm gonna throw Earthquakes at this thing, get a little bit of chip damage. That's what I really want to do right now. It's got the Reflect up, unfortunately, so it's going to make it do at most like 25. But that actually is a little bit more than what I thought it would be. Let me double check. You've got any Levitate or Flyers? And you do not. Alright, Taunt. That's already too late. I've already done what I've wanted to do. Those rocks was all I wanted to do. If you get rid of the rocks, you have to get rid of your own screen. So yeah, I've got no real drawbacks now to just Earthquaking this thing. And that actually does help us burn some of these turns of screens. So yeah, this will hopefully help us out here. Alright, so we're going to see a swap. What are you going into? What is that? Noshia or the Peckish? Oh, so now you're actually going into this thing that was probably a really good switch in before, but... oh my gosh, was that a crit? That was a crit. Oh, I am sorry. That is actually insane how much damage that did. That actually did a lot more damage than what I would have even thought of. I like the idea of flip turning here. Let's get a little bit of chip on this thing. Do you have Rocky Helmet too? You do not. Okay. Probably leftovers if I have to guess. I think Mr. Whiskers is an obvious switch for us. Not much this thing can actually do. Knockoff's the most it can do, and it's not really super effective. The most it does is actually just takes away our item. You see a Power Whip. Sure, Incineroar does not care. Mr. Whiskers is like, that was adorable. That was so adorable. I just want to pinch your cheeks. Fire Blast. Let me check. How many got 3 more turns of reflect, and this will be 4 more turns of light screen, I think. I could fire blast. I think a U-turn would be the better play here. I think I want a U-turn. I think it's obvious that Dracovish is coming in. That's not something I want to have. Oh, you're coming in, okay. Earthquake would have been perfect, dude. Earthquake would have been perfect. Nidoking easily comes in. Light screen, dude. What Swampert? That light screen's really gonna hurt us there. What is that thing's ability? The thing's ability is it's where water type moves boost its speed, is it not? I think it is. I think I'll go Nidoking here. It has that, I forgot what it's called, but it's like coal something. I think it's a nice time to set up a substitute. See what my opponent's trying to do here. I can easily take it out with... They're gonna Sand Tomb me. The sub did not break. We still have that sub. We're throwing an Earth Power now. We are throwing this Earth Power. Throwing this EP. That could not have went better. That could not have went better. I will take this Colossus. So Sand Tomb, the Reflect is gone. It's not going to continuously do damage to me because I had my substitute take it, right? You're out here. Toxtricity. Oh, nice. Toxtricity. This thing really can't do much to me either. Anything to me either, so... I mean, Earth Power is obvious here. I'm just going for it. This thing won't have a sash. This thing does have a cool shiny, though, but yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it. And the light screen is now gone, so things are looking up for us now. That light screen can really dampen the mood. What's the next Pokemon that's coming out here? Let's see. Let us find out together. Oh, you Dracovish. Hey, buddy. You look adorable. It would be a shame if someone, I don't know, threw up these hands at you. Sludge Wave's where it is. On Sludge Wave here. Fishish Wren. There's nothing we can really do to stop a Fishish Wren. It's just one of those terrifying things that when you're facing a Dracovish, there's nothing you can do to stop a Fishish Wren. It would be nice to get a poison there. What does Nidoking do for us now? I mean, Flamethrower would still be nice against a few of these Mons. What Mon? What I'm trying to say is what Mon is dead weight to us now. Zapdos with Heat Wave can still do stuff. I got a few Mons that... Okay, I think, looking at everything, I think Swampert is pretty much the most dead weight. I want to say it's dead weight, But my other mons can really do a lot of work against the Steelix. Oh, girl actually live that? Yeah, a lot of my other Pokemon actually can do a lot of work. I'm just gonna click Earthquake. But yeah, Fishish Rin, I go Gengar. I can easily knock this thing out. Which, leaning towards doing. So that way Rillaboom can come in a little bit later and do stuff. But yeah, if I can get rid of this thing, we pretty much have it in the bag. We'll go ahead and throw a Shadow Ball at it. We'll lock ourselves into Shadow Ball. I mean, really, Rillaboom's only job would have been to take this thing out. So now, Rillaboom's the most dead weight Pokemon on our team. I mean, it still can do stuff, especially against the Grimmsnarl with that Grassy Glide. But really, it can use a high horsepower on Steelix. Steelix could probably take that decently well, though, because of its bulk. What was that Steelix I was talking about? This thing is a crazy bulky Pokemon. Like, you have no idea how insanely bulky this thing. I think Rillaboom is the switch now. Because I get the grassy terrain up, Earthquake does near nothing. And that gives me an opportunity to set up a Swords Dance. Grassy Glide this thing. And I actually do quite a few Swords Dances. So, with 2 Swords Dance... Stay back. Ooh. With 2 Swords Dances, we should be able to one-shot this thing. Of course, Sturdy is going to be a problem. But I'd rather be having problems with Sturdy than having problems with the actual Pokemon itself. Well, let's get the Swords Dance going. We might get a nice little Rillaboom sweep here in a few moments. And high horsepower. And Dynamax. I don't think Dynamax in here actually helps you out. I don't really think it does. You could probably boost your defense if you go for like Steel type moves. But that's the most you can really do. I'm gonna get a Swords Dance. And getting +2 actually outdoes the +1. Yeah, so you're gonna try to boost that defense. I've got a +1 in my defense. Okay, we'll go ahead and Swords Dance here. We see how much that does. I think we're fine with one more Swords Dance. And then what I want to do is I'm going to Dynamax my own Rillaboom. Try to switch it up on me. That Max Steel Spike is actually the better option just because it's got Stab, you know. I mean, the most this does is set up the weather. I mean, I can handle that pretty easily. Dynamax here. I want to see how many more turns of this terrain we've got. 2 more turns, okay. We can make this work. I'm going to max guard here. So this thing loses its last turn of Dynamax without actually being able to do anything for me. Then I can go for a Max Quake and get a little bit of a special defense boost, even though I don't totally need it. Something I can do. I actually don't think I need it at all, because my opponent's last remaining Pokemon are usually physical attacks. Like, usually the Grimmsnarl, if it has an offensive move, it's going to be a physical attacking move, like Spirit Break. So I could either go Max Overgrowth or Max Quake. I still think Max Quake is probably the better option here. Yeah, I still think Max Quake is the better option. Alright, and that Sturdy will keep it alive. We get a nice little special defense boost that I don't think really matters here. And we'll take that payback. I think the terrain goes away this turn. I think it does, right? Is that what we're going to see? Yes, it did. Alright, and we easily set that back up. We're going to set that terrain back up so we can Grassy Glide things into oblivion. That was my plan before, and that's what my plan is now. I think that is the plan. We'll defeat this thing. Come back down. I don't think we can one-shot Ferrothorn, unfortunately. No, there's no way to really one-shot Ferrothorn. But we can put as much damage as possible. I think that's the only thing we can wish to do on the Ferrothorn. Yeah, that's literally the only thing we can do. Now, I've got quite a few Fire-type Pokemon. So I'm not too worried about the, oh, you're gonna go and use this thing instead, okay. Alright. I'm gonna just Grassy Glide you. Of course, you've got Prankster, so you're probably going to get a, Reflect up, which isn't going to bother me because the last remaining Pokemon I've got that's meant to handle Ferrothorn are going to be special attackers. So, yeah, I do not really care if this thing gets a... Oh, we're going to... Yeah, Grassy Glide. Boom. Well, I don't even have to worry about that then. I don't have to worry about that at all. The sandstorm has subsided, finally. We got 3 minutes left of this battle, so yeah, of course you're going to go into this because it's the only thing we've got. I could actually probably knock this thing out with a high horsepower. Looks like I'm even possible. I can even possibly take it out with a knockoff. If I can take it out with a knockoff, I'm going for that instead of the high horsepower because you don't know how many times I've actually missed high horsepower. Nice, alright. And the Iron Barbs, Rillaboom doesn't care. Rillaboom has done its job. It actually did more in this battle than I thought it would do. I thought it'd just be, you know, come out here and help us against the Dracovish, but it actually ended up sweeping at the end, so Rillaboom is an amazing Pokemon. Anyway, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.